The Hamas attack on Israel, launching over 3,500 rockets and striking 4 cities, including Tel Aviv, was a barrage that Israeli forces did not see coming. Strikingly, this onslaught coincided with a Jewish festival. Hamas has a long history in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict and has drawn international scrutiny for frequently engaging in armed confrontations. In addition to firing rockets, Hamas has also executed ground assaults and, it turns out, had been preparing for a protracted war. However, a pressing question arises. How did the Hamas fighters procure the weapons used in the conflict? Let's delve into this below. The origins of Hamas's arsenal have been brought to light by former Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. He claims that NATO and U.S. weapons shipped to Ukraine have been repurposed to assault Israel. Now serving as the deputy chairman of the Russian Federation Security Council, he communicated via telegram, "Well, NATO friends, are you done playing yet?" As reported by EurasianTimes.com, the weapons supplied to Ukraine have found their way to active use in Israel. Medvedev also cautioned that these arms could end up like those left behind by U.S. forces in Afghanistan. Moreover, Medvedev accused the Ukrainian government of participating in the illicit trade of missiles, tanks, and aircraft originating from Kyiv. On the other hand, Israel's ambassador to Russia, Alexander Ben-Zvi, vehemently denied these allegations, asserting he had no information whatsoever regarding weapons sent to Ukraine falling into the hands of Hamas. Meanwhile, the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Defense Ministry, HER, stated that Russia's accusations are part of their strategy to weaken Ukraine's position in the Middle East. The Kyiv Post, one of Ukraine's media outlets, also reported that Russia's main goal is to accuse the Ukrainian military of regularly supplying Western weapons to Hamas. They believe Moscow is deliberately spreading this narrative to sow doubt among Western nations that have been supplying weapons to Ukraine. Contrary to this, according to Ukrainian intelligence, Russia is the one redistributing Western weapons seized in Ukraine to Hamas in an effort to discredit Kyiv. Nevertheless, various sources have reported on the alleged origins of Hamas's weaponry. It is suspected that Hamas receives weapon supplies from several countries, including Iran and Afghanistan. These arms are reportedly sent through tunnels in Gaza. Despite Israeli efforts to destroy and seal these tunnels, Hamas is believed to use this underground network to import weapons, ammunition, and other goods. These tunnels are also utilized to smuggle in other items such as food, medicine, and fuel. These passages have reportedly been used to send rockets from Syria and Iran to Gaza. Among these weapons are the Fajr 3 and Fajr 5 rockets, and the M302 rockets, as reported by NDTV. The Fajr 3, with a range of 26.7 miles, was found in Hezbollah's arsenal, a Lebanese militia allied with Iran and Syria. The Fajr 5 is capable of reaching up to 46.6 miles with a 198-pound high-explosive warhead. The M302, also known as KHAIBAR-1, is described as a long-range guided rocket, said to be supplied by Hezbollah. In the first wave of attacks targeting Israel, Hamas launched more than 5,000 rockets from Gaza. Many believe these rockets were supplied by Iran, a claim both Hamas and Iran deny. Another rocket used by Hamas is the Fateh 110, an Iranian-made weapon capable of carrying a warhead weighing up to 1,102 pounds. Moreover, Hamas is said to possess anti-tank missiles similar to the American Stinger. In 2021, the United States Department of State reported that Hamas received training, funding, and weapons from Iran. According to the report, 70% of Hamas's total funds came from Iran. Some reports also indicate that Hamas used American-made weapons in these attacks. These weapons were supplied by the Taliban in Afghanistan. Military analyst Michael Clark noted that Hamas lacks armored vehicles for various reasons, including the risk of being targeted by Israel. Such vehicles offer enhanced mobility on the battlefield and are utilized to inflict destruction. When asked about the number of Hamas personnel, Clark estimated about 100,000. However, he noted that this number could increase if the conflict escalates, as the group has the capability to mobilize the masses. Not just through the tunnels in Gaza, as reported by Compass.com, One method Hamas has used to acquire weapons is via the sea. Weapons are encased in sealed capsules and dropped offshore near Gaza. This method, known as ship-to-shore transfer, allows Hamas to receive armaments without going through official border controls. It also provides the opportunity to continuously acquire substantial quantities of weapons. While Hamas has received support from certain states and groups in the Middle East, countries and entities such as Iran and Sudan have been mentioned as providing financial support and armaments to Hamas. This foreign aid enables Hamas to access modern and sophisticated weapons that may be challenging to produce locally. Furthermore, Hamas has the capability for local arms production. They have developed an independent armament industry, including the manufacture of missiles, mortars, rifles, and ammunition. Local production allows them to satisfy most of their armament needs without relying on supplies from outside the Gaza region. During conflicts with Israel, Hamas has succeeded in capturing weapons from the Israeli forces, either by attacking Israeli military posts or by taking arms from fallen Israeli soldiers. These captures have provided Hamas with access to more advanced weaponry. Western weapons from Afghanistan and Ukraine. There are claims that Hamas has acquired weapons from Western-supplied armaments intended for Afghanistan and Ukraine. The West was a primary weapons supplier to Afghanistan following the overthrow of the Taliban. However, when the Taliban regained power in Afghanistan, it is suspected that the flow of weapons was also directed towards Gaza. Moreover, as a major arms supplier to Ukraine, the West is accused of turning a blind eye to these weapons reaching the black market, including Gaza. Russian and American officials have suggested that the flow of weapons from Ukraine may be used by Hamas in the latest conflicts in the Middle East. Some consider Hamas's acquisition of weapons as an attempt to defend against ongoing aggression by the fully armed Israeli forces. Israel has endeavored to prevent the flow of weapons into Gaza, leading to military confrontations such as Operation Cast Lead, Operation Protective Edge, among others. The economic and border blockade imposed by Israel on Gaza has also limited Hamas's ability to obtain weapons and military equipment. The procurement of weapons by Hamas is seen as crucial in facing the increasing pressure from Israel, which is accused of intensifying its brutal attacks on unarmed civilians. The frequent armed conflicts have resulted in casualties and the destruction of infrastructure, exacerbating the humanitarian situation in Gaza. So, what do you think? Write your opinions in the comments section. Keep supporting this channel by hitting the like button. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.